When you're on the ground in Afghanistan, as I was for a very short mission, you got a problem, you got to solve it. So my political philosophy is growing out of my experience in the Navy, where you look at a problem and you approach it very pragmatically. How can we resolve it? And it also means all ideas are on the table. I tell people that I walked out of the Pentagon, and about 20, 25 minutes later, the plane slammed into that building. People I knew didn't come out. The Chief of Naval Operations, about a day later, called me and said, established the Navy's anti-terrorism unit, which came to be known as Big Blue. That first meeting I had, it was all ideas are on the table. How can we work together to resolve the problem? And that's how I approach my work in my district and in Washington, D.C. as a congressman, how I'm going to do it as a senator. When I was captain of my very first ship, I remember we were in the Persian Gulf, and we were about to do a Tomahawk strike, and it got delayed. And I was walking around the ship the next evening. I remember this sailor came up to me, an engineman, second class, and he said, "Captain, can I ask you something?" I said, "Sure." He said, and I remember him saying, "Sir, do you think we're going to strike tonight?" It was Iraq. It was in the 90s. It was one of the Tomahawk strikes. And I can remember as he looked and we talked, and I just remember for the first time really being struck with how not only responsible I was, not just for the mission, for this man, for my sailors. Boy, he was trusting me to be accountable, to do the job and to get him home. To my mind, that's what you need down in Washington, D.C. as a Senate. Somebody who's saying, it makes people feel, that they will, that the people are convinced you'll do the right thing, and you do, even at the consequences of your own job. That accountability. The one I got to know and I most have come to respect and just left the Senate is Senator Hagel, a Republican. He called me after I had been on Meet the Press about Iraq when I first got down here. He's a Vietnam War veteran, and he said, "How about a cup of coffee?" So we sat down, and after that he called me back and said, "How about we go to Iraq together, just the two of us?" I saw somebody who was honest, he was competent, and he was willing to be accountable for his views and what he said to his constituents. He didn't run. I mean, he had been voted in overwhelmingly, but then he had taken up to 2 terms of position on Iraq that changed over time, differing from his party. But I thought that approach is what I most admire. And he can reach across the aisle. What I most would like to do is to have a small business jobs bill that really is a job creation bill. Because small businesses lost the majority of all jobs in this recent recession. If I could get those bills through, a bill through that focused on small businesses with the tax credits so that people start hiring, and with community bank loans being guaranteed to small businesses who want to get credit so that they start lending again, that would be